Just under a week has passed since Herro underwent ankle surgery, a procedure that has set the stage for an extended rehabilitation period. While it remains uncertain when he will step back onto the court for the Miami Heat, Herro is actively sharing updates on his recovery process through social media. In a couple of recent Instagram stories, the All-Star guard provided a glimpse into his rehabilitation routine. These posts not only serve to inform fans but also ignite a flicker of hope regarding his potential return. Although the initial prognosis estimated an 8-week recovery timeline, fans are left wondering if Herro might beat the odds and return sooner than expected. Challenging season ahead for the Heat. The 8-week timeline would mean that Herro could miss the entirety of the first month of the upcoming season. The Miami Heat's early schedule is daunting, featuring a string of challenging matchups that could test the team's depth and resilience. Herro's presence on the court is undeniably crucial, and his absence would certainly be felt as the team navigates this tough stretch. As fans eagerly track Herro's progress, the updates from his rehab sessions provide a silver lining. The optimism surrounding his recovery is palpable, with many supporters believing he will return to the lineup even stronger than before. Looks like rehab has been going great for Herro. 1 week in, 7 more to go. He'll come back stronger, noted one enthusiastic fan account, encapsulating the hopeful sentiment swirling around the team. As the Miami Heat prepare for an intense season, Herro's potential return could prove vital in shaping their performance and playoff aspirations. The coming weeks will be pivotal, not just for Herro, but for the entire organization as they look to rise to the challenges ahead. The Houston Rockets are on the hunt for a transformative player, and recent mock trade discussions suggest they may receive just that from the Miami Heat. Team President Pat Riley has made waves with a potential deal that could inject the Rockets with a significant scoring threat, reigniting their championship ambitions. A scoring sensation joins Houston. In the ever-competitive landscape of the NBA, the Rockets are eager to bolster their roster as they eye a return to prominence. The name-generating buzz is a proven scorer, one who can consistently fill the basket and elevate the team's offensive dynamics. The prospect of acquiring such talent from Miami reflects Riley's willingness to make bold moves and reshape his roster while providing the Rockets with a much-needed spark. Riley's vision for the Heat. Riley's approach has always been characterized by a blend of strategic risk-taking and a clear vision for success. The legendary executive has a knack for identifying players who can contribute to a winning culture. His recent decisions highlight a commitment to both the present and future of the Heat, positioning them for sustained success while simultaneously opening doors for Houston to capitalize. Houston's championship hopes. The Rockets' aspirations hinge on finding the right pieces to complement their young core. With a roster that includes emerging talents, adding a bona fide scorer could be the catalyst they need to elevate their game. This potential trade not only signifies a shift in strategy for Houston but also underscores the urgency to compete in a league where every game counts. As the trade talks unfold, the excitement around Houston's potential acquisition grows. Fans are left hopeful that Riley's willingness to engage in a significant trade will lead to a new era of success for the Rockets. With the right moves, Houston could see its championship dreams reignited, setting the stage for a thrilling season ahead. One of the biggest media day storylines surrounding the Miami Heat this upcoming season has to do with a player who won't be available for the start of the season. Just more than a week after undergoing surgery on his left ankle, Heat star guard Herro spoke to a room filled with reporters on Monday morning at Kaseya Center during the team's annual media day. "I'll be back in the next 8 to 12 weeks, Herro said after walking into the interview room with a slight limp. The Heat announced on September 19th that Herro underwent surgery to alleviate posterior impingement syndrome in his left ankle. The team added that Herro is expected to miss 8 weeks from the date of his procedure, but Herro extended that timeline out to 12 weeks on Monday. One of the biggest media day storylines surrounding the Miami Heat this upcoming season has to do with a player who won't be available for the start of the season. Just more than a week after undergoing surgery on his left ankle, Heat star guard Herro spoke to a room filled with reporters on Monday morning at Kaseya Center during the team's annual media day. "I'll be back in the next 8 to 12 weeks, Herro said after walking into the interview room with a slight limp. The Heat announced on September 19th that Herro underwent surgery to alleviate posterior impingement syndrome in his left ankle. The team added that Herro is expected to miss 8 weeks from the date of his procedure, but Herro extended that timeline out to 12 weeks on Monday. That timetable has Herro's return potentially coming as soon as early as mid-November. For perspective, the Heat plays its 14th game of the regular season on November 17th against the New York Knicks in Miami. Right now, honestly, I'm ahead of schedule as far as the swelling and things like that. Herro continued Monday, with the Heat set to begin its 4-day training camp Tuesday at Florida's Atlantic University in Boca Raton. All that stuff looks amazing. I should get my stitches out in the next couple days at some point next week. From there, I can start strengthening my foot and all that good stuff. So I'm doing everything I can to come back before 8 weeks. I told Heat coach Erik Spoelstra I'll be back in 6 weeks, so we'll see. We'll see what they let me do. But I'm doing everything I can, icing it 5 times a day. I'm doing everything I can to get back on the court and be available. I just can't wait to get back out there and playing. The injury that will sideline Herro to begin the season is one that had been bothering him for a few months. Herro, 25, first felt discomfort in his left ankle and foot during a workout at Miami-Dade College in July. I was doing my warm-up, and I just felt like a crazy pinch in my foot out of nowhere, Herro recalls of that July workout. It was very random. We didn't know what it was, so I get an MRI. Nothing showed up on the MRI. Then a foot specialist said I was born with an extra bone in the back of my foot. It's like a very small bone. No one could see what that bone was doing. Herro received platelet-rich plasma and cortisone injections in hopes of avoiding surgery, but the discomfort never subsided and surgery was deemed necessary to avoid more issues down the road. We did a PRP shot and then a cortisone shot, another PRP shot. So we tried everything before surgery, Herro said. Ultimately, it was 2 or 3 weeks in between each shot. From July to now, 3 weeks, and another 3 weeks adds up. We got to a week ago and I was like, bro, I still feel the same pinch in my foot that I felt in July. Ultimately, I was working out and I was trying to ramp up and be ready to go for training camp. But there was just no way I was going to be able to play through that pinch in my foot. I couldn't even jump. Spoelstra added Monday that the pain in Herro's left foot and ankle was something that was nagging. We felt that might be able to help with treatment and different protocols, but it wasn't getting better, Spoelstra said. So that was the final decision, to do surgery. But he's going to back sooner than later. By the end of the season, I think the time you miss, you'll forget about that. How long that will be, we can't say right now. But whatever was projected out there, I think that's in the ballpark. He'll be out there running and doing stuff pretty soon. The Heat's offense will miss Herro, who finished last regular season as the team's leading scorer on the way to being selected for his first NBA All-Star game. He was the Heat's lone All-Star last season. Herro is coming off the best season of his 6-year NBA career, averaging career highs in points, 23.9 points per game, and assists, 5.5 per game, while shooting a career-best 47.2% from the field last regular season. He also shot an impressive 37.5% on 8.7 three-point attempts per game, while playing in a career-high 77 games, all starts, last regular season after never reaching the 70-game mark through his first 5 NBA seasons. The Heat scored 8.6 fewer points per possession when Herro wasn't on the court last season. That drop-off contributed to the Heat's subpar offense, as it ranked 21st in the NBA in offensive rating last regular season to finish with a bottom 10 offensive rating for the 3rd straight regular season. I just couldn't jump and get fully to my toes, Herro said of the discomfort he felt that led to his ankle surgery. That's ultimately what I need to jump and use to get by guys. I have to be able to push off that foot, and it was locked honestly. So every time I would try to push my foot forward, it would stop at a certain point, and I didn't have full range of motion in my foot. This was actually a bone blocking my foot, so I had to take that bone out. Without Herro for the start of the season, the Heat will need to rely on a new face to help fill the scoring void for however long Herro is out. An NBA insider has proposed a massive 6-player deal to help the Miami Heat move on from their current rudderless era. Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report has proposed a bold new deal that would see the team offload all-star combo guard Tyler Herro, an inconsistent if intriguing young role player, and some trade Flotsam to the Portland Trail Blazers in an effort to really begin a roster retool in earnest. In the offing, the Heat would bring back some potentially valuable future draft equity and a young recent lottery pick, who will hit restricted free agency next summer. Portland Trail Blazers receive combo guard Tyler Herro, small forward Jamie Jaquez Jr., point guard Terry Rozier. Miami Heat receive combo forward Jerami Grant, shooting guard Shaedon Sharpe, center Robert Williams III, and a 2029 first-round pick, the most favorable between Portland, the Boston Celtics, and the Milwaukee Bucks. When six-time All-Star Miami swingman Jimmy Butler demanded a trade out of town after contract extension negotiations with Heat brass went nowhere, Miami for a while held firm. Eventually, Butler made the situation so untenable that the Heat had to trade him, for likely less than he was worth, to the Golden State Warriors. Butler's addition helped lift Golden State out of the lottery doldrums and into fringe contender status. The Warriors finished with a 48-34 record and advanced to the second round of the playoffs. They may have been able to go even further had Butler not been hampered by a tailbone injury and 11-time All-Star point guard Stephen Curry not been sidelined completely by a strained hamstring. Miami, meanwhile, fell into the thick of the play-in tournament race, notching a middling 37-45 record and getting swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. It's clear that, as currently comprised, the Heat post-Butler aren't beating anybody. A rebuild in Miami. This proposed deal sees Miami bringing back a possible foundational young gun, 22-year-old shooting guard Shaedon Sharpe, plus a first-round pick in 2029 that could land in the lottery if Portland, Milwaukee, or Boston falls there. Bringing back Jerami Grant's contract would hurt, but perhaps he could work his way back into tradability if he can stay healthy for a while. Losing All-Star combo guard Tyler Herro would be the major change for Miami. He's owed $64 million over the next 2 years and could either be rerouted by the Trail Blazers or incorporated as part of their own curious veteran accrual.